Hey guys, welcome to today's video on how to improve your sleep. So let's get started. Now, if you've watched any of my other videos, you know that I recommend waking up at 5 AM. But it doesn't mean that you need to sleep less than the minimum required amount. Now, I think most people will agree with me here that you need to get at least 6 hours sleep. And 6 hours is perfect. I think it's a perfect amount of time that you can get the most amount of extra time in your day, and you'll still sleep enough that you can function well. Now, if you are going to wake up at 5 AM, like I recommend, that means you need to sleep from 11 PM the day before through to 5. Now that doesn't mean you go to bed at 11 PM, because you're not going to fall asleep instantly. So you're going to need to go to bed at about 10:30, so that you've got time to get to sleep and get your full 6 hours of sleeping. Now, it's very important that you get those 6 hours of sleep, because otherwise you're not going to be able to function, especially if you're dieting. Obviously you lose most of your weight in your sleep, so you will need to be actually sleeping at least those full 6 hours really. Otherwise you're going to struggle with exercise as well. You're not going to have the energy to be able to keep up your exercise routine. Now, if you are struggling with sleeping, there's a few things that I do recommend. Now, first things, if you're exercising, do your exercise earlier in the day, in the morning preferably, and finish it early. You don't want to be exercising at night, because you will struggle to sleep after that, because you'll be very active. Although you will feel tired, you will struggle to get to sleep if you've recently exercised. Now, next thing, try not to eat too late before right before you go to bed, because again that will make it difficult to go to sleep. Drink a chamomile tea, that always helps me. Drink one of those about an hour before you go to bed, and that will help you relax, that will help you get ready to sleep. Alcohol, don't drink any alcohol. Smoking, if you smoke, don't smoke before you go to bed. A few hours before, at the latest, you want to finish. You don't want to be smoking before you go to bed, because that will increase your heart rate and it will be a lot more difficult to get to sleep. So another thing, you don't want to be looking at any screens. So no looking at your phone, not on the laptop in bed. You want to avoid any artificial light. Keep your room dark. The temperature of your room, you want to keep your room fairly cool, 18 to 20 degrees Celsius. You don't want it to be too hot, because again, or too cold, because that'll help. That'll prevent you from getting good sound sleep. So, try and keep your room at a good temperature, and those things that should help you get better sleep. Obviously, it is very important. Though I do recommend getting up early, because when you do get up at 5 AM, you've got a lot of extra time in the day. You can get all your things and get your exercise done early, get some extra work in, but you still do need those 6 hours. Because if you're not, I used to work a job where I would wake up at 4:30 every day, and I would work 10 hours. I actually started work at 6, but I'd wake up at 4 and I'd have to get ready and have to go there. And I'd work 10 hours and I'd be back at 4 PM. Well, I'd finish work at 4 PM, I'd get back at 5. And I'd often go to bed late, because, I was working on other things, doing exercise, cooking and whatever. And before I knew it, it was 10 or later. And I had to wake up at 4:30, and I can tell you that I could barely function doing that. It's very difficult. You do need those extra. You do need at least 6 hours solid sleep, sound sleep. Otherwise it's going to be difficult for you to get things done. one thing I often do is, you know, get your 6 hours sleep, and then perhaps one day a week, perhaps Saturday evening, you know, sleep in a bit, you know, sleep Saturday evening, you know, whatever time, and Sunday, you know, a bit of a lie-in. Most people don't work Sunday, so you can catch up on a couple of extra, perhaps sleep 8 hours that day, you know, if you are feeling tired, because it depends on your activity levels, you know. If you're doing a lot of exercise, you know, working a lot, you know, perhaps 6 hours isn't quite enough, and you know, you may need a bit extra. So one day a week, perhaps you know, catch up a little bit on your sleep when you've got a bit of extra time and you've got a day off, and you know, that'll keep you in check really, and you can continue, you know, waking up early the rest of the week and getting all your work done, getting all your exercise done. So, you know, try that. Yeah, see how it goes. Try those tips. They'll definitely help you, you know, get to bed earlier. Obviously you want to avoid sugar, you know, too much food. In general, you want to avoid eating, you know, 2 to 3 hours before you're actually sleeping, because that will make it harder to get a good solid sound sleep. So yeah, try those tips out, guys. You know, see how it works for you. If you like the video, you can like, comment, subscribe, and stay tuned for the next video.